to our Monday, February 24th, 2025 Business Board meeting. I call the meeting to order, and I welcome our treasurer to call the roll, please.
Certainly will. Mrs. Ramsey Hunter.
Here.
Mrs. Stewart.
Here.
Mrs. Schreiber.
Here.
Dr. Urso.
Here.
And Mr. Moore is absent this evening.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Is there a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So move.
Thank you. And a second, please.
Second.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, concerns? Nope. Mr. Bertram.
Mrs. Ramsey Hunter.
Yes.
Mrs. Stewart.
Yes.
Mrs. Schreiber.
Yes.
Dr. Urso.
Yes. All right, moving right along, we have the great honor tonight to have a presentation, or more so, just a recognition of a fine young man who I was able to meet a little bit prior to our meeting, Mr. Francisco Santana Matos. And I notice his mom is here also, Ramona. And so I would welcome them and our great art teacher from the high school, Mrs. Keene, if you would like to come up to the microphone here. I have a couple words I would like to say, and you're welcome to say something too towards the end. So if you wouldn't mind walking up over here for a second. All right. And so it's a great honor to share some exciting news about an extraordinary young artist from Middletown High School, Francisco Santana Matos. His artwork, World Peace, which is extremely important in our world today, has been selected as a winner of the Ohio Art Council Artistic Achievement Art Show for the Ohio District 46. This remarkable piece will be on display at the Ohio House of Representatives from 2024 to 2026. World Peace was created using colored pencils as beautifully captures the essence of unity and harmony. Francisco is currently enrolled in Mrs. Keene's painting and drawing class, has shown incredible talent and dedication to his craft. Beyond his artistic abilities, Francisco is also a dedicated student and active community member. He participates in the Middletown Youth Police Academy and plans to pursue police officer training upon graduating from Middletown High School. His commitment to service and discipline is just as impressive as his artistic achievements. In Francisco's own words, he sets high expectations for himself, striving to create work that will make people say, wow, you did a really good job. I like that quote. He credits his family, especially his mother, Ramona Matos, for inspiring him to persevere through challenges. Her unwavering faith in his potential has been a source of strength for him, particularly during difficult times. Francisco is also proud to mention that his artistic talent runs in his family, with his older brother being a gifted artist as well. I'm sure he's proud. It's truly inspiring to see Francisco's creativity and dedication reflected not only in his artwork, but also his future aspirations. Let's take a moment to appreciate the beauty of world peace and celebrate the achievements of this outstanding young MIDI artist. And so congratulations, it's a great honor. I was telling Francisco before the meeting that we've sat on this board, I know Anita and I and Verlina, for many, many years, and never have we had somebody who has the accomplishment that you have. And so it's a great honor, and your family should be extremely, extremely proud, because I know we are. And so you're welcome to say a few words.
I would like to thank Superintendent Hauser for this opportunity and showing the people my artwork, and also Dr. Urso and all these members for this opportunity. And I would like to give a special thanks to my art teacher who really pushed me forward to do this. And so I'm just thankful for this opportunity. And I'm also thankful for my mom pushing me forward. And yeah.
Excellent job, excellent job.
Where's the art? Yeah, hold that up.
Yeah,
there you
show
go.
it up, proud.
Look at that. Beautiful.
I was also sharing with Francisco earlier today. I went through all the different pieces of art that are going to be displayed in Columbus, and phenomenal pieces of work. I mean, a whole array of talented young people across the state are going to have their work represented. But I indicated to him, I'm partial to the meaning and the artistic ability of yours. Given our world right now, the message that you've displayed in such a creative and beautiful way, I hope people consume and appreciate. So thank you. If anyone else would like to say anything, I don't want to steal all the...
Congratulations and
Yeah,
thank
can't say
you.
anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would also like to say that all the other students' artworks in that book, amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I was just going through that book, and I would also want to congratulate everybody who did art and got their art presented in, like me.
No, I agree. I mean, it was a great compilation of young talent, and it's nice to see. And we're especially proud of our Middletown Midi, and know that we are extremely proud of you. So thank you.
And say, keep doing what you love, Francisco. Yep, keep
And
doing what you love.
congratulations to Mom. Yeah, good
And
job,
Miss
Mom.
King.
I would like to
And
know,
Miss King.
what were things that you loved to draw when you were a little boy?
It was really like, just like anime characters.
Yes.
And then it progressively got like harder. And yeah. Like, I like art. I love art.
It's beautiful.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Doing what you love.
No, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And we got pictures already, right? We're good on the pictures? All right. Well, thank you. And you're welcome to hang around with us and enjoy our meeting, or you're welcome, since it's a school night too, that we understand fully if you would like to exit stage left.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Oh,
Mom's taking a picture.
Mom's still taking pictures. All right. Nope. All right, within the agenda, it moves us to the consent agenda. Is there a motion for approval?
So moved?
And a second, please?
Second.
Any questions, comments, Mr. Bertram, anything within the financial reports to bring to light? Anything within the consent agenda that my colleagues have questions about?
Just that I had an update to the certificate of estimated resources. It went up by $50,000, and that was due to the grant that the state of Ohio gave for our band and our students to be able to attend Washington, D.C. So that's included in this month's financials.
I do notice that we're going to be approving the calendar. When will the calendar be active? If community members, parents, et cetera, would be curious to see what that calendar looks like.
So after tonight, after it's approved, it will be out on the website.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so,
I did have one question. So device distribution day goes away.
Correct?
How are we going to handle that?
Device distribution. Well, currently our K through 8 students, the devices do not go home. So it'll be embedded into the school day, the first couple of school days at the high school.
I did have a question about the last day of school not being mentioned. I know it's not really big, but being mentioned on the actual calendar for 2026, 27 school year. And I only say that because I was kind of confused about the last day of school not being mentioned in that. You see it?
So that should be May 27th
And
for
that's
the
what I was
students.
wondering.
Yes.
Okay, so May 26th.
May
will be the last
27th,
day.
yep.
Okay. Because I saw a June 1, and I'm like, well,
That's for teachers.
teachers?
Yep.
Okay. So
That's for teachers.
Because it said conference, and I'm like,
That's an in lieu of conference day.
Okay.
Because,
I wanted to
yep.
be clear. I was like, it's probably me. Just want to make sure. Thank you.
Students are finished on the 27th.
Okay.
Yeah.
any other questions regarding the consent agenda, school calendar, et cetera? All right, then, Mr. Bertram.
All right. Excuse me, Mrs. Stewart,
Yes.
Mrs. Schreiber,
Yes.
Dr. Urso,
Yes.
and Mrs. Ramsey Hunter.
Yes.
If I'm reading this correctly, I mean, it's extremely light agenda this evening. And it brings us to district committee reports. Any reporting?
We do not, we had the city schools meeting, which was canceled, so nope, we did not have any district committees.
And so is the next meeting just the next scheduled meeting?
Correct.
I didn't schedule one in between? Okay. All right, then that brings us to Board of Education reports. And Ms. Ramsey Hunter, anything to report this evening?
I attended the Finance Committee meeting, and it was approved at that level for us to continue to be a part of the Finance Committee. So we still have my position.
All right. Ms. Stewart, anything to report?
I think I read it's Public Schools Week.
It is.
This week, so I would just reiterate to send your messages of what impact public school system or a teacher or someone had. That would be great to hear and to know, but congratulations to all of our educators who make public schools work. I want to say congratulations to Lester Gates. I saw in Debbie's email that we had acknowledged he was up for the award to win, and you know he actually won. So we're super excited for him. That's very cool for an alumni to be the 2024 vegan chef.
That's right,
So
yeah.
that was a big deal. That's all I have.
Thank you.
I don't have anything.
Anything tonight? All right. Well, I have a couple things. Want to congratulate both our men and women wrestlers. I believe our men's team finished fourth in
10.
sectionals and had a number of
10.
young 10 placers or 10 folks who qualified to go on to the next layer. And I believe 3 of our women wrestlers, the Isbell family, I think have 2 within, and it was a really nice article, I think, around Tyler Isbell within the paper over the last few weeks and his drive to hopefully bring home a state championship. Congratulations to them. I do notice that our bowling squad had a really good sectional tournament too, and brought home hardware, and then again are moving on to that next layer. I wish them well. Tomorrow, the 25th, it looks like the men's basketball team takes on Fairfield at 7:30. I wish them well. They have a lot of talent. I know Fairfield has a really good team. Look forward to hopefully seeing if the middies can pull that one out. And so a lot of winter sports. I know we had a cheerleader, Miss Kendall Bartram, who I know pretty well, signed to attend Miami University in Oxford and cheer for them too. And so congratulations to her. Jeremiah Landers, 1,000 career points on the basketball team. Just a lot of really neat accomplishments from our winter sport teams and athletes. And so great news there. Want to say thank you to Tom Brickey, Rick Pierce, who participated in the Planning Commission meeting. Was that last week or the week before? My
Couple
days
weeks
are
ago,
blending
yeah.
together. They spent their evening in council chambers arguing for the value of having a school board member a part of the Planning Commission. Thanks to their words, my colleague, Mr. Moore, was also in attendance and spoke at length. Within that vote, I think it was 8-1, that Planning Commission supported continuing having a school board member. Now it goes on to City Council. Our hope is that City Council listens to Planning Commission, listens to the community in that way. We love our relationship with our city government, and this is just one of those arms that allows us to do work together. And so I do, and I am hopeful that they will support that finding from the Planning Commission to maintain our school board representation. Every day I get emails around school funding at the state level. I know, Mr. Bertram, you've shared a variety of different pieces of information. A lot of things are happening, shaken down within the state, nationally, around school funding and public education. I appreciate your words, Ms. Stewart, around Public Education Week or Public School Week. Within the United States, we have a long history reaching back to Thomas Jefferson about the value of having public education. And to see over these next few years what will become of public education is an ongoing debate. And one, if people are idle within, who knows where we are 3, 5, 10 years out. And so with that being said, I encourage all who take value in public education to advocate on its behalf. Because, like I said, a lot of things are happening. Budget-wise, those things are going to impact the ability for us to move in ways that are important for us to move. And so, Mr. Bertram, anything to report tonight?
I'm just going to add on to what you just said about public school funding, just looking at a quick analysis of what's happening with the House Bill 96, the biennium budget. As it came out in the preliminary version, and I will give the caveat that this version will change several times, maybe as many as 4, 5, 6 times between now and when it comes to fruition by the end of June. But the early onset of it looks like additional funding for public education and private education will go up in these 4 areas. $104 million to traditional district add-ons, which include preschool special education and special education transportation. Most of that in the first year, very little in the second year. JVSDs will see about $116 million increase in the next 2 years in this biennium budget. Community and STEM schools will see about $222 million increase. Vouchers will see $265.4 million increase. Traditional districts, foundation formula districts such as ours and another 612 districts out there, will see a $103 million decrease as the budget stands now. So it is important that we advocate for public education and announce the importance. The biggest piece to the traditional is the base funding that we fought so hard for decades that we were phasing in over 6 years. We're coming in on the 5th and 6th year of that 6-year plan. They're not adding anything to the base funding. And we all know how much inflation has eaten up the dollar, the value of the dollar in the last couple of years. And that's where our biggest loss is in this funding stream. So a little disappointed there. I will tell you though, as Middletown, as we've seen the initial report come out, we're not harmed. I mean, we still see a few additional dollars, but the majority of districts aren't in the same situation we are. So public education as a whole is going backwards with this funding plan, as I see it today.
Thank you for that.
Can I just say something?
Sure.
Going along the same lines of state funding, I am very, very concerned what that is going to look like in about 3 years. And while we're in a good position right now, my concern is 3 years is going to come, and we may or may not have Ms. Hauser and Randy at the table. And I believe strongly that this community needs to start going through an education process and an awareness process of what's going on. Because I think most of the community is not aware of how public schools are being attacked and what it can look like in a few years. And what I would hate to see is for this district to be in a position that it then has to start having this conversation with the community and expect the community to understand what's happening. We've been living and breathing it for a while, so we've been able to kind of digest it slowly and still not happy with it, but we kind of, I understand
wrap our
it
head
this
around it.
much, And I just don't want us to be in a position, because 3 years are going to come really quick. And then this community is going to be hit with something. So is it through newsletters? Is it through some open forums over time? We don't have to just throw it all up. But I think we owe the community the conversation of this is what's happening and this is what it potentially can look like, so that we are not left here in Middletown trying to clean things up. That the train is on the track, we see it coming. It's not if, it's when. So I just want to publicly say that, because I feel like we should put the public on notice that we're doing okay, but this is what things are looking like.
Yeah.
And I will add that I did put what I shared with the principals last week in the newsletter that you should have received as well. So
I read that.
we started
I did see it in the
Building that
newsletter.
started
Thank
putting
you.
some things out there,
Thank you.
and it's probably not enough. It doesn't reach
Educating.
enough people in the community, but it is a start for us. Thank you for
The
that.
start of that conversation.
Yeah.
Randy, can you pop mine up? My pictures. Yeah. So is it my turn?
It is.
Okay, so the Department of Education announced their Momentum Awards in the past couple weeks. If you recall, the Momentum Award from the state of Ohio is awarded to schools that have shown significant improvement in their achievement, as well as maintaining growth on the report card. If you recall, last year, Amanda Elementary was one of our schools that received the Momentum Award. This year, 193 schools were awarded the Momentum Award in the state of Ohio, and there are just a little bit over 3,000 schools in the state, and 3 of those were ours. So it is true celebration to really
Yeah, that's good.
the work that's going on. So we have. And truly it is. It's a testament of all the hard work from everyone, with, the reading programs, the math programs, the SEL, the attendance. It's all starting to come together, and it's truly exciting. So our first school, Randy, you want to switch? Amanda Elementary. This is Amanda's second year to receive this award in a row. So that means last year they experienced these gains, and then again this year they experienced the gains on top of last year's. True celebration. Second school is Creekview Elementary. You can see all the staff members, Creekview. It takes everyone pulling together and moving in the same direction, all focused on student achievement. And our third one is Wildwood Elementary. So 3 this school year, next school year, all 7 for us, and we're just moving forward. Yeah, so that's a celebration. Yep. So that we will be honoring the 3 schools through some different activities in the next couple of weeks. So, yeah, pretty proud of them.
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great news. If there's nothing else this evening, is there a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
Thank you.
All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
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 Opposed, same sign.
Have a good evening.
You too. Oh, God. Cora, how'd you get in?